look it up.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
So I think
You're
what you're
using
saying
terms that you
is
don't
there
know.
is zero
Is that what's happening?
of racism.
You're using it again. What is evidence?
If you disagree,
What is evidence, El Normo?
zero evidence.
El Normo, what's
of
evidence?
racism in this case.
El Normo.
I challenge you.
El
Present the
Normo.
evidence of racism. I'm ready. Go.
El Normo, what's evidence?
Show us the evidence.
El Normo, what is evidence?
Why do you ask?
Because you don't know what it is.
Okay.
You keep saying that it doesn't exist, but yeah, I don't think you know what it is. Yes,
you know what it is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, tell us.
It's facts or information that would increase the probability of a proposition being true.
What?
You know what that is?
So where's the evidence?
Do you know what that is?
Racism?
Facts or information
Evidence of racism in this
that would increase the probability of a proposition being true.
Great. So where's the evidence of racism in this case? Show us.
What do you think would be the evidence, you stupid man?
Well, you're the one who made the claim.
With the fact that there are different race involved, you dum-dum? Would that be evidence of race being a factor, you dummy?
Absolutely not.
Why not? Why is that not a factor?
Because
why would race being involved not be a possible factor in race being the motivation?
Because racism implies bias, and you show no bias.
No, I didn't say racism, dum-dum. I said race. Race. Oh, so you're changing the goalposts. Is that
Not at all, no.
Is race a factor, you dummy?
Yes, you mad.
Okay. Is race a factor? He said yes. Thank you.
No,
we're done.
Thank you.
Is race a factor, yes or no?
Show us the evidence.
Is race a factor, yes or no?
Show us the evidence.
Is race a factor, yes or no?
You'll have to show me the evidence.
Oh, okay, cool.
All
so
right.
you don't know what evidence is. That's why you keep saying that. What is evidence, El Normo? What is evidence, El Normo?
Do both schools have both races?
What is evidence, El Normo? You obviously don't know what race evidence is, you fucking idiot. Thank you.
I think you've proven pretty decisive racism.
What is evidence? What is evidence? What is evidence?
Evidence is fact. You got any?
Uh-huh. And what else? What else? I don't know, but that's not the whole definition. You want me to say it again? Exactly.
Show it.
Race is not race, dum-dum.
Oh, so there's no racism in this case. Good. We're making friends learn something.
Two different concepts, dum-dum. So is race a factor? Is race a factor? Is race a factor, you dummy?
In what way?
Is race a factor, yes or no?
How is race a factor?
Is race in people's decision making?
Show us.
Is it or not?
What people?
In people who appeal to race, obviously.
Well, who's appealing to race in this case?
Human beings. Human beings appeal to it.
Oh,
you don't appeal to race?
Who in this case is race?
Do you appeal to race?
No.
Do you appeal to race?
No.
You're a liar. You're a fucking liar. You're a cockroach liar.
No,
you're a cockroach liar.
You're a
you have no
intent.
Shut your fucking mouth.
No, stop squirming on the garbage. I've just blown you out. Go take your loss. Go do the walk of shame. And if anybody thinks that race is a factor in this case, just bring the evidence and we'll look at it together. I rest my case.
Race will be a factor in the verdict of this case. People racial bias. There's not going to be any proof that no.
Oh, so you're making it up then?
Because people, the way people interact with the world based on their experience and based on their judgment, you can't provide evidence for that. But I would put money on it that race. If you were to question these people in a deceptive manner that they would not understand why they make the decision they make, you will see that race is a factor. The fact that this kid is black, you kill a white kid, is going way on this white people mind.
Well, let's say the kid was white. Let's say the kid was white. You think he'd be convicted of murder?
You mean if both of them were white?
Yes.
Yeah, he would have had a better chance. One on others.
But would he be convicted of murder?
I don't think he would.
I think he would.
They said, oh, this was a mistake.
I think he would. No. Once you stick a knife in somebody's head open and shut, man, that's game over. That's not ambiguous.
I think to say that race is inherent. I mean, is the schools homogenous? Do they not have these races and ethnicities? I mean, the kid would have been around before, so to say that because of that, I think it's more so because they were maybe rivals schools and they escalate it. Once again, back to second grade kids, they don't have the wherewithal to know that there's consequences because we've protected them from them. But to inherently say that race is involved, I don't know if you can say.
No, but hold on. Part of the reason why the entire jury that the argument is made that like 97% of the population of that like come to your job, whatever this is white. So even if the school isn't necessarily homogenous, the question is like how much exposure the average white person has to a black person in their daily lives. And the second question would be, if you're part of a minority of a town, that's like, are you more likely to be on edge to some degree? So it could be argued that Carmelo probably felt a little bit more on edge because he's a minority, right? Like, I think these are fair questions to ask in terms of like how race was interesting to these days.
Exposure to the opposite doesn't mean from being a racist minority.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, couldn't the inverse be true though? Being a minority in an area where you are the minimum, like you have an expected air of entitlement. Oh well, nothing's gonna happen to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
if you're
there's
gonna say
a
one way, you have
Absolutely not. Not in this country. I don't think there's a single country for the minorities, right? Is racist toward the majority. I know, I take that back. Okay. Find a couple of places. I take that back.
But even though like even if I granted you that it could be the inverse could be true, that just shows that race would be a factor necessarily, right? Like race isn't something that we can afford to ignore when looking at the case. It's a good question to ask though, right? Like it could be the case that he was entitled because he was a minority and maybe he felt like some kind of protected status or privilege type thing. But I just don't necessarily. It doesn't make as much sense to me given the like context or how the way the story pans out. That doesn't seem like entitlement to me. But I mean, that's just me though.
Wait, what?
I would argue that the interaction between the kids might not have been racial. We don't have the evidence for that. What I'm arguing is, I think the verdict will be a racial verdict. I think is white people would not let a black kid get away with murder.
Let me ask you guys a
That's
question.
hilarious.
So there's the substantive part of a case, right? And then there's the procedural part of the case, like, for instance, picking the jury, right? I'm going to claim that race is always a part of every single case when it comes to picking the jury. What do you guys think?
That's true.
Wait, hold on. You have, like, okay, so look, I respect your opinion and professional experience. I don't know if you're offering that as like a thought experiment, or you have, what I would want is like psychological statistical analysis that I can present as like a study on how people make decisions and how race plays an influence, more so than like dealing with intuitions and experience. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I agree.
And I'm wondering if you have, which one are you operating on, if that is your true position. I'm not saying you're being dishonest. And wait, hold on. I'm not saying you're being dishonest. I don't know if you're.
Am I breaking up or is it him?
Which more scientific study or a combination of both?
My bad, bro. You're breaking up. I just heard scientific study or a combination of both, but I kind of get the gist of
Where have you been, girl? I haven't
I
seen you
ate
for
the
so long.
scientist.
Yeah, I was out. Bob was in my room. I was like, where the fuck is she? Bob was in my room. Yeah. What? Yeah. They were talking. He was saying again that his grandmother is the only Persian one. I was like, where's Narcus? So Daniel was telling me that the picture he has his profile picture is his mom. No, it's Fatima. No, it's not. That's Fatima, yeah. No, it's not. Daniel, why are you saying that's your mom? It's Fatima. See the picture before that. Oh no, I I can't see that one.
Well, I just want to welcome back everybody to Find Islam in the Bible, Megatron's favorite way to spend his day, which is with you. And,
Here we go.
and Abby witnessed earlier Tuna Boy. He made death threats against me.
I've been taking a shower with that ankle bracelet you got there, Ian Rand.
The projection alert system has been activated.
Is that like, do you put soap around it and shit, dude? Like when you're in the shower with that?
With what?
Nothing. He has a pretty little bracelet on his ankle.
Really?
Again, the projection alert system has been activated.
Evidence to be brought back down to humanity. Just speak to this guy Ian, and he'll make you feel like less.
Yeah, I know him for a long time.
I didn't ask you that, Abby.
I know how he is.
But I'm just saying, I didn't ask you.
Okay, abuse me. Not abuse me.
No, I didn't bother you. I'm just saying, I didn't ask you.
Abby, please, she's nice to talk.
She doesn't like me. I'm not gonna like come over.
I didn't. I never
doesn't
said
like me.
that.
She never
I
liked
just,
me.
I don't. I
She's
never
never
said
liked
that.
me because I'm black.
I didn't know you were black.
You're not black. He's black from the waist down.
If you were black, I would have liked.
I want apples on my face.
Are you black from the waist down or?
Waist down, black.
No, I don't care about
Purple,
that shit.
purple waist down.
Fuck, that's so disgusting.
Yo, look at those tents. Oh my god.
I love Salem. Really good.
Which one?
Oh, that's so good.
Love took her away from
Wow. I didn't know you can sing.
She's gone to heaven, so I've got to be good. So I can see my baby
No, I
well.
think he's fighting one here. I'm joking.
Yes.
You could bring her
I
here.
swear she follows me. I don't ping her. So.
You could bring her in here, and I would be so nice to her. I promise.
No, I don't want her to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't like her
Because
anymore?
she's gonna do something and I'm gonna get the blame.
No, I would protect you.
Oh, it's okay though. I don't care. But yeah.
But I really like.
Oh, I thank you. I like you too.
I want you to suck my face.
You went in on her so hard, sobs.
What, you know? What?
You went in on her so hard, something sobs.
In Fatima?
She went after Fatima so.
No, it was not that bad.
I can't go in on somebody who's anorexic, you know.
I'm anorexic too.
I was told not to do that anymore, so I won't make fun of people who are anorexic. I mean, Fatima is anorexic. I won't make fun of her. I promise.
She probably doesn't care.
Uh,
She literally doesn't care.
yeah.
But yeah.
I just don't think we should talk about food in front of her because it's probably really sensitive. And I feel like the
No,
last.
maybe she'll get hungry and she'll eat more.
Oh, that's true. Maybe she'll eat and like, do you think she's bulimic? Like she'll eat and she'll just like throw it up.
No, she's anorexic.
I'm totally interested.
She doesn't eat. She doesn't eat at all.
I hate her. I don't like her.
Don't fucking rob a bank with this fucking chick.
Me?
With me?
Yeah, Abby. Don't ever fucking rob a bank with this chick.
Yeah.
She'll
Why?
spend all her money and put you in jail to take yours.
She'd confess.
Yeah.
Abby, I feel like you would confess.
No shit.
I would confess.
You would take the money and then say sorry.
No, I would not. I would just give the money back to bank. And,
Yeah, sure.
yes, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
I found so much money on so many times I found money and I will just give it back to, or tell the neighbors like, hey, did you lose money?
Well, no, if it's your neighbor's money, yeah.
I mean, where else would I
That's
find
different.
money? I don't go somewhere else.
Isn't it crazy how much vacuuming can make a difference?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
100%.
I mean, we always vacuum every day.
You vacuum every day?
Yes.
That's wild.
So do I.
You do?
You have to when you
I
if you have
can't
kids.
Yes, yes.
I hate
But we
vacuuming.
don't even have animals, you know?
Yeah, I don't have animals.
Yeah, well, I even more, like once in the morning, maybe once in the evening.
You guys have too much time on your hands.
How many vacuum cleaners do you have?
I have 3 or something.
I have 3. I have 1 for every floor.
I have
We have
Dyson.
2.
I have iRobot.
Yeah, I have a robot too.
I have a good one. I bought it during the. I have Dream. It's so good. Just does it itself. I also have like it cleans the windows itself too, and bathtubs and stuff.
I have every kind of vacuum. I have the Dyson, I have the Shark, I have the...
Yeah, even I have Shark.
I have all of them.
Me too. Don't have to show off.
I'm not trying to show off, I'm just
But
saying.
you can. For me, these are like very important things.
Yeah, they're essential. Because I don't have carpets. I can't have carpet in my house. Yeah, fuck the carpet.
I mean, I have, but I don't have like, it's not carpet.
Yeah, I have carpets, but not. I have carpet floors. Yeah.
I can't do carpets. I see carpet and I'm just like, oh.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
I like bush though.
The fucking odor that comes
It's
out of
horrid.
these things.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You guys don't put like baking soda on them and stuff?
No.
What?
Has to shine. It has to be super shiny all the time.
Yeah, but like you put it on it so like it absorbs the odor.
No matter. I use, you know what I have, Metron? Guys, like this little green thing. You know that machine that's super high suction?
Yeah.
So
I
for
love
the carpets,
it.
and
That way.
I also use it. I use it sometimes on the mattresses that I have.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Like
like
it
my mattress.
sucks it out like
So do I.
so much. There's not much dirt where I live at all.
The dust mites that build up.
America
dust
has a
mites.
certain kind of dust. You don't find, especially where I live, because there's desert on one side and there's beach on the other side. It's a kind of light white dust.
Yo, I have 2, not 1, 2 covers over my mattress.
Yeah,
The first
me too.
one is
Yeah.
from the bottom
Yes.
coming
yes.
up, and then the one on the top
Yeah,
that
it's on
goes
top.
over the one on the bottom.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah. So both are waterproof, right?
No. Those are for my kid. The kids have a war. No, that's uncomfortable to sleep on.
No, they're not. You don't know the newer ones they're making.
What are you doing with your bed that you need a waterproof? What is? I don't want to know.
Because it should be just very immaculate.
No,
It's
I
not.
take your word for
It's
it.
not water. It's dustproof, waterproof. This little things, whatever. What are those called? Bed mites. I've never seen bed mites, but it
It's
has
dust mites. The
Ah,
dust,
dust
they're called
mites,
dust
some
mites. Yeah.
What are dust mites?
Oh my God, look it up.
They're like
They're
little.
microscopic
Yeah.
mites. They
They
eat
skin cells.
They eat
How
the
do they look?
they eat the flakes that come off your skin.
Oh
on
my
your
God!
bed.
You're bloody kidding me? This can't be real.
Bro.
It is
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, they are innocent, but like, you have to change your.
You have bugs all over you like that every day, all day.
Oh my God! Where are they? Where are these?
They live on your
everywhere.
skin. They live in your like eyes. They live in like
This
your
is not real. This can't be true.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my God! I can't live.
Hello?
Never do this?
Hello?
I can't do this anymore. I can't live.
Hello?
You'll be fine. You have lived so far, so.
Just take your skin off. It won't be an issue.
It's unbelievable. They can't be on.
Many of
They live
you,
in your eyelashes. They live
They're
in your
in your
eyelashes.
asshole.
many of you are already altruistic
Kat, do you know what
parasites.
Ethan Moose looks like?
Yes.
No, I'm asking
Who?
that.
I don't
Remember Ethan, the one
Yeah.
that was always talking in Angel's room, the one obsessed
Yeah,
with Angel?
Ethan. Yeah, of course. What about?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what he looks like.
You know,
But he's on YouTube, so it's not like I'm doxing him or anything.
you know how he looks like. In fact, they had like put in money to get him. I think he had.
Oh, is he the one? He's the one that was debating.
Yeah, the American.
Yes, the one that talks about the bride. Remember the bride one? The bride thing? I think
Yeah.
you were around for that one. This is him.
That's why there is no dementia in Israel. If you're a Christian and still don't know that the reversal of memory loss is in the Bible, read the scripture.
So it's kind of like clickbait age. I don't know. People, I think,
I
maybe justifiably really skeptical.
I always thought that.
So at the final apparition, she had scheduled on the first visit. In 3 months, I'm going to make everyone believe. I'm going to perform a sign that will make everyone believe. So on October 17th, around midday, which is when the schedule is for all of these apparitions, at this location, which is the code.
That's what I thought.
But okay, so then we keep going,
Yeah,
and basically,
look at this fucking
we
weirdo
have
that jerks
what happens
off
in
to fucking
September,
Jesus
and now this is when we're starting to deal with crowds in the tens of thousands have already gathered. So the apparitions play out as they had before.
Total creep mode. Oh my god.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you see how many views he got? It's fucking amazing. He's at 100,000 views.
Yeah. That's not on his channel, bro.
3.4 thousand likes. I know, but it's still pretty impressive. Ethan Muse. But yeah, that's what he looks like.
That's crazy. I mean, honestly, with all the videos I've combined of Tom Rabbits, I probably make up like 10,000 views.
Well, anyways, I mean,
Is that right?
you could take this 5-hour dialogue with him and just do like a key extracts, and then you're like, wow, okay, great, we got the top 10 here, and then you're done with it. But Andrew will still keep coming here for the rest of his life until Mark Benioff decides to shut down this Parasite app. Oh, I'm about to go enjoy my best life.
I need information. I don't need you complaining. I need information from you. Yeah, stop projecting. I need information. I want to learn something.
The projection alert system has been activated.
Conversations you don't care about.
Well, see, I believe that, essentially, you're wasting your time. I think you could confirm it if you were to be more aware of how you spend your time. But because I film all of my time, I'm well aware of how I spend my time.
Bro, you look at yourself. You have a TikTok where you're just fixing your face, you're looking into the camera, and you're doing absolutely nothing. Do you understand how, when I see you doing this, I'm like, he must be either peaking from his, what would I say, your controlled substance, your benzos. You're peaking on your benzos, and you want to share your peak moments of ecstasy when you're jittery and you feel like you have this tickling sensation that's going up your ass, and then what you're doing is you're recording for everybody to see. That's exactly what's going on. I've been there too, Ian. I've been there. I know what the tickling sensation feels like. It's just better with a man. I'm just letting you know. So that's all you're missing is a boyfriend in your life. You should be doing this with another man. No offense. Maybe a younger man. Because you're like the old one.
It would make a lot more sense if, there was a single viewer. Let's say there was 2 watching. Every time you go in, there's nobody's watching it for hours. That's the creepy part. I'm sorry. Why would you do a live stream video with no fucking viewers? It's a little bit weird. Sorry. Are you doing a performance of yourself? Are you archiving them for them to later be discovered? Maybe after your death they'll find it and it'll be heralded. It's a great comedic genius. But right now we're just left to question your sanity as you sit there and perform for
The
yourself.
projection alert system has been activated.
Honestly, I would have nothing to say to this guy if he didn't come in and was just telling us this bullshit. He's just projecting. There's no way. I don't want to complain about John. John, do you, bro? I jerk off the granny porn.
I told him 1,000 times, listen, you should animate it. Just I told the Frank Paul or an animated fucking thing. And dude, there's times where he's funny and you get some reactions out of people, and you should just fucking like just chop it up, dude, and fucking make like a cartoon out of it, dude, and sell it to like Cartoon Network. They'll probably take it. Just gets, fucking, it's Clown House, dude. You know what I mean? Good.
No, I'm blowing low to fucking 70, 80-year-old saggy fucking women online. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my own podcast. I get it. You know what I'm saying, John? I get it. It's cool. Not like I really do that. I'm just saying, everyone has their thing. I could care less how you spend your time. But you need to come in here and tell us that you're spending so much better time than us, but you're on the same fucking app, recording yourself doing the same shit we're doing. Ringing bells, playing your harmonica, sitting there breathing, doing breathing techniques. I mean, give me a fucking break, John. Go, at least do something. Fly a kite. Do me a favor. You know what would be talented? Open your fucking window and fly a kite from your fucking window while you're streaming. That's fucking talent. Like, give me something.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Megatron here. I do think it doesn't take much talent to plug in a cell phone and point it at yourself, and just multiply that by like 10 or whatever, how many you have. But there is a liability for documenting yourself in this way, because eventually you're just going to forget that you're now videoing yourself, and who knows what you could be engaging in. And you seem like the type that, wants to keep some of your behavior, behind closed doors, so to say. Because I can imagine that you have a drum, 55-gallon drum somewhere in that fucking creepy house of yours. Do you need to get help, John?
I just want to dedicate this song to all the losers on Clubhouse that won't shut the fuck up. Never had one lesson. Amen. 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 Ooh. Welcome back to Barth's miserable existence here on Clubhouse. We are live streaming from the bunker, listening to Barth and Narjas and Zabu and Nero and Regal do their thing, which is patterning. Let's start the show. Take it away, Daniel.
John, this isn't helping you, man. You need to touch some grass. Maybe you'll get some ass. You're just like, this is no good for your mental health.
The projection alert system has been activated. The projection alert system has been activated. See, the craziest thing is, it's like we're investing all this money in these data centers, and the whole world is pretty much video at this point. So I'm actually just ahead of the curve. You guys are still using a fucking retard app. You should be on other platforms, but you're not. I'm here extracting you, harvesting you. I am House Harkonnen, here to harvest and extract the spice from your meager existences.
You don't want the people. Dude, you're watching too many movies over there.
You don't like my little pan flute? Your projection alert system has been activated. Your projection alert system has been activated. Welcome back to Barth's clubhouse pattern known as let's get a fucking Muslim up here and talk to him. And then that's the show. It's like George and Jerry at NBC and they're like, what's the show about? He's like, it's a show about nothing. And he's like, a show about nothing? He goes, Jerry, don't tell him everything.
What do you think, Nero? If you had like a proper editor and had somebody just splice all this audio together and made like a cartoon out of it?
You could. I tried to do that. It's very difficult. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, it talks. You gotta be creative to do it, though. You have to apply yourself and put the effort in. You know.
It's tough. It's very tough. Very, very
I
tough.
understand that.
When, see, the thing is, when you guys say to me, hey, check out this video I made, and I click the link, I'll say, oh, awesome, you're a creative now. But if you just create things to throw it in a mop bucket and then flush it down the toilet, which is what Clown House is, honestly, you're semi-retarded. And the truth is, you're never going to make money doing this.
Like, like the fucking Cheech and Chong audio record tracks, or
at least they made money.
The Jerky Boys.
Yeah, they made money.
Dude, and then you have like the whole fucking, prank fucking thing going on with the fucking the mic thing, and everybody's doing this blood sport debate shit on TikTok and fucking YouTube and everything else, and it's oversaturated now that it's boring. That it would actually be a breath of fresh air to see something that you could place together creatively. And have some sort of a representative, whatever the case may be, to put the face to the voice to, and have it a little animated and wacky.
Yeah.
And you can even put yourself in there too, and it would be cool, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's an angle somebody didn't go with yet. If you get what I'm saying. But
well, I know people can't do
the time and the patience to fucking sit there and edit it yourself, or
I don't know.
Have the creativity for
projection alert detection system has been activated. So what I'm trying to say is that when you have an inflatable,
is I don't really want to fucking. I'm tired of Andrew and everybody else and whatever the fuck. Like, talk about something positive, dude. What the fuck? Because like I'm not gonna hang out on here if it's fucking negative every day.
Yeah, try reading a book, fat ass. The point is, homeless people, when you try to give them a tent, guess what? They reject it every time. And I'm like, how do you not want a free tent? You're homeless. They go, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I go, why don't you want a free tent? You're homeless. And they go, no, I'm good. And I'm like, well, your legs are puffy because, yikes, that's called diabetes. And, the pus flowing out of the lower bottom part of your legs onto your second chair, yikes, that's indication of a health problem. What would it be like if you just had your own bathroom or your own bed to sleep on, a place to take a shower and sleep and maybe heal a little bit? That'd be nice, right? Instead of being homeless, sitting on a chair, rejecting a tent, pus dripping out the bottom of your cankles. Hello?
Yeah, Regal, I we're on one mind when it comes to like what John needs to do to improve. He needs an editor. He just needs someone to pick the good stuff. Because I don't think there are gems in there, but they're few and far between. So if you edit them into like, spent the time editing and you animated it, I think it will be a sensation. Absolutely. But there's so much just garbage that he dumps out there. And it's not good.
You can't have the good without the bad. It's impossible. It's yin and yang, black And
Why don't
why?
you edit them so that it's where you can have a storyline or a story arc of different characters, and if you're just dumping it out there, dude.
Yeah, it's just dumping.
Or
Dumping. What do you think? I'm creating content for like Viacom or something, or news. Like, don't you understand that this is just a live stream in an office, listening to conversations, and I'm sitting here wondering, why am I listening to this? But then I also ask myself, why are these people talking about this for hours on a Tuesday at 9 or 10 a.m. in the morning? Don't they have anything better to do? I guess not.
Like too many Deadpool comics. What are you, the character in your own story here, and you're the only one allowed to break the fourth wall or something in John's world?
this will be hilarious. So he could do this thing where he could make himself go viral. So the whole concept is, man forgets that he's live streaming, and he just starts doing these absurd things. Like, I think that would be a hit. You just completely forget that you're being recorded, and just do what you normally do. Well, that'll get people's attention. What do you think? What do you think, John?
Well, I've just refreshed my beverage, and I am getting very far in Ayn Rand's Virtue of Selfishness. We're on page 84. And it turns out that this book proves my theory about Clown World and R-word syndrome. And until people on this app decide, you know what, I'm going to shut the fuck up and stop automatically talking all the time and responding in gibberish, basically. And maybe I'll try to read a book for 15 minutes a day on this app. Oh my god, I would come to your room and listen to you reading a book. I would come to your room and listen to you reading a book!
Because people can't take it. So could you imagine being John, but not having medical benefits? To like, to get be so nervous. Like, I would be a nervous wreck on a daily basis, not being medicated.
Ooh.
And I didn't have medical insurance. I see why you went to get the medical insurance.
Uh-huh. Okay, Barth. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Another exciting
I wonder
episode.
if anyone in his life knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like sitting at a desk with like 15 cell phones pointed at himself, broadcasting into the ether. I mean, no one's listening.
Nobody.
I mean, unless this is just traveling. Maybe he has.
Nobody's listening.
Like
I'm cutting down all these trees and there's nobody here.
Strike a distant civilization that he'll be a success. I mean, that's about how low the probability is that he will be successful in whatever it is he's doing here.
Hello?
But as far as his medication, yeah, if you were medicated, I think you would have a better chance. And I think this explains why he is as nervous as he is. He doesn't have that sort of He's just sinking. Bro, you're sinking. Now he's posting the live stream.
Projection alert system detected.
Let's look how he moves.
Projection alert.
Alright, let's look at this. How do I copy this? Okay, good. How do I copy this? Alright, I'm gonna... Oh my god, the guy is just so mentally ill. John, he's live streaming a black screen.
Ooh.
It's not even, there's nothing, no noise. It says John Kitover, Chicago Mayoral Candidate, 2027, podcast, news, philosophy, psychology, politics, culture, yoga.
Mm-hmm.
It has one view. I'm the only person viewing it.
Mm.
It has links to his personality as the mayor. It has links to the mayor that was like convicted, was alleged of fucking election fraud publicly. And by the way, let me pin that link up there. Fucking doozy. So you just type his name in.
It's a doozy!
Degrees tomorrow. 90. Wow.
Let's talk about the weather, baby.
Yo, fuck that. That's gonna be terrible. Alright, this is the document that pretty much shows that John was involved in election fraud. And where there's smoke, there is certainly fire. There we go. Let's have a little read here. Board of Elections begins candidate removals. Congressman Darren LaHood will not have a primary challenge as Republican John Kitover was removed from the ballot. Kitover was found to have only 266 signatures. It was alleged the candidate committed widespread fraud. And the board even voted to forward the petitions
Let's
to
get
the
a bite
Attorney
of the
General and
drink.
State's Attorney. So, John, I think maybe you should be spending your time in a better way than committing election fraud and just smearing shit on your reputation, reputationally. So reputationally, it's like literally smearing human shit on your face. On your face.
Oh boy, projection
Election
system.
And you were only able to get 266 fucking valid signatures. It's not good, John. Can someone invite John up? It's not letting me do it.
Yeah, I just want to say that Illinois.com is not a credible news website. The founder of that piece of shit website, his name is Finkston. He's a Republican operative working on behalf of the Darren LaHood campaign to besmirch my good name. I committed no fraud. There's been no investigation. There's been no arrest. There's been no charges other than a news blurb by a big fat turd with a huge herpes sore right in the middle of his lip. That is who published this. It's all a lie. The lawyer who represented Darren LaHood is a punk who wore a Bears hat to the trial. And on top of that, I accused Darren LaHood of committing fraud 1,000 times. He only accused me of it once in a third-party news source, so he's a classy guy, but why would he ruin his 10-year career in Congress by even mentioning my name? It just makes no sense. So this was just a way to besmirch me, defame me, because the truth is I actually got over 100 votes in the actual election. People hate my opponent, Darren LaHood. He has created $20 trillion in debt in 10 years. Because every year we create $2 trillion in debt. He's been there 10 years. That's over $20 trillion in debt. He lied to everybody about the COVID-19 vaccinations. He took millions of dollars from Pfizer, Big Pharma. He owns law firms throughout the country with his father. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And, you know, it's just politics. And until you actually enter the fray and put your name on a ballot or a petition, you will have no idea what you are talking about, sir. It is a game. I committed no fraud. My soul is crystal clear as Jesus' heart. Amen.
Yeah, but John, when you type your name into Google, it's on there. So the bottom line is that people are going to get the wrong impression if this is a type of libel, and you could have it removed easily. So the question now remains, why aren't you having it removed?
Well, I requested Google remove it from the search results. They said no. I haven't contacted the publisher.
They're saying
He's reporting. No, you don't understand where the actual news source came from. It came from Darren LaHood's attorney, who gave a speech at the election commission, and he was quoting my website, quoting my YouTube. It's on video, and then he took that video clip of that lawyer defaming me and put it into a little paragraph on his website. That's it. And I don't care if some fucking fat pig who ain't gonna make it a couple more years because he's a disgusting fat pig. I don't care if his website's gonna go away. It's a know-nothing website. I'm not worried about my character, reputation online. I've done my work. I've played my games, and I am complete and unsatisfied. I'm happy with what I've done. You know, this has been a lot of work. You have no idea how much effort and time and money I've put into politics. It's been a great joy. It gets you very high shitting on the biggest pieces of shit. Because you think I like coming here and making fun of Megatron, who's got a wife and kids and no pension, no retirement. He's going to be indebted the rest of his life, probably croak out, never get to enjoy a good life of retirement. You know, I'm just trying to say that at the end of the day, you always have to ask yourself, was it worth it? Was your experience doing what you're doing worth it? Hello?
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is that it very well may be the case that this is just a false claim. So the claim is that there was an allegation. It says you has 266 valid signatures. It was alleged the candidate committed widespread fraud, and the board this is the allegation, the board even voted to forward the petitions to the Attorney General and State's Attorney. So that's a claim that can be proven or disproven by contacting the board.
You know what's so funny is
it was a candidate committed widespread fraud. The board even voted to forward the petitions. Okay, so the board did it.
Under the recommendation of Darren LaHood's lawyer.
John, the board decided to forward it.
I know. And here I am talking to you. I guess their forward to the Attorney General here in Illinois resulted in no merit. You know, because honestly, if there was intent or there was actual operations, it's not there, my friend. I didn't commit any election fraud. And the irony is, the people who are accusing me of this, they just recently accused a governor candidate of the same bullshit. It's just politics, bro. They put this shit in the news to try to defame you, to prevent voters from flipping on the pre-elected politicians. Try to do something with your life instead of analyzing a little defamation of John Kitover on the internet. I sit here and record you guys for months now. Sometimes I create recording studios dedicated just to your room, just to record you independently of other rooms throughout the whole day. That's a lot of work, you know? You never go to my YouTube and actually go through the lives and say, Jesus Christ, this guy's got 100,000 Clubhouse rooms live on YouTube. That's a lot of work. You know, oh my God, I really enjoy his work. He's a great artist. He puts out so much content. It's unbelievable. Magnanimous.
Well, how can we, so is the objective to have the videos now? Or is the objective just to create an archive of these conversations, unedited? I don't see the vision of it. I don't get what can you help me out, just understand a little bit more of your vision of it? So the idea is just having if you go to John's channel, you have on offer like hundreds of different conversations. Is that the idea? But they don't have. No one's viewing it. No one's viewing them, man. Is that problematic for you, or is that part of the? I presume you want people viewing it, John.
No, it's not problematic because I'm actually just doing what you're doing, but I'm just filming myself doing what I do. And my opponent, Darren LaHood, he's going up against a Democrat candidate. Now, I challenged both of their petitions. They audited my petitions. You saw that I had over 200 plus confirmed signatures, but they did not audit my opponent's signatures. And he only had 1,600 plus signatures. He wasn't expecting anybody to challenge him. And guess what they did? They rejected my challenge and did not audit his petitions. And guess why? Because he probably didn't have the required number of signatures, which is 1,550, to actually get on the ballot. He was that close. And so politics is dirty. And the people at the election board, they know people that they know the candidate. He's been there 10 years. They have favored candidates. They persecute and prosecute. There's no transparency. There's no equality underneath the law in these election courts. It's strictly lawyers and judges. And until you actually get into politics, you will not realize that the vote is rigged. Your average citizen cannot get on the ballot because lawyers and judges control who goes on. And really, our democracy or our representative republic, it's a joke. And you might be a part of that joke. Hello?
No, hold on. We're not all doing what you're doing. We're not just sitting there watching yourself video, doing other things while you're here. You literally just sit there watching yourself. So you're claiming that you're doing what we're doing. No, like I have a whole life. What are you talking about? I'm like cooking and working out. I'm doing my chores. I'm addressing emails. I'm not just sitting there fucking watching myself. What a fucking loser.
Do you know anyone here? Honestly. And also, John, so 266 of them were valid. How many did you submit? So then we can see how many of them were rejected. Did you submit at least 2,000? That means of the 2,000 submissions, only 266 were valid.
No, that's not true. You've never actually reviewed the audit. I have the audit paperwork. Hundreds of signatures were determined to be out of district. This has to do with the redistricting in those towns. It's such a scam, my friend. Plus, 250 confirmed signatures out of 1,600 is actually pretty good for a first run when they just automated.
You submitted 1,600 signatures.
Yeah, and I didn't actually get to contest their contestations. So, listen, we've litigated this.
266 were considered valid. Really? And you don't think that that's suspicious?
My friend, 266 guaranteed confirmed voters signed for me. Hundreds more that lived across the street that were out of district were negated from being on my petition. The point of the matter is that I was audited. My opponent was not, despite my legal challenge. So there's a double standard. I'm exposing political corruption. Do you have any idea what the government is getting away with every single month? Every single year? You don't care. You're just a fucking car insurance salesman who sits here and talks shit to Muslims all day. Who the fuck are you? I'm a public politician. I'm a musician and a magician. Who the fuck are you? Hello?
I'm not putting myself out there like that. I'm not running for public office. That's the difference. So I think that there should be some degree of scrutiny applied in this instance. Though there's 266 valid, you say that the remaining of that 1,600 total.
If you wanted to talk to the employee that I had generate the signatures, you could do that. Listen, courtroom Daniel, you've already litigated this a gazillion times against me. It's pathetic.
Relax. Please. I want to ask a specific question. How many? So you say that you said in 1600, 266 were valid. How many of them were not out of district? They were just fake signatures. They just weren't. There was no person attached to them.
Well, I didn't generate any of these signatures, so that question is a great question. But you'd actually have to look at the audit paperwork, because when they audit your petitions, what they do is they scan it in, they give you a PDF, and then there's a secondary sheet which is what you're challenging specifically on that petition. So I have the audit sheet. It's like 300 pages long. Do you want to see it? And you can actually review what they put together in the audit? Is that how you want to take this? Is that how interested you are?
And how many signatures were fake?
It doesn't state that. You'd have to review the paperwork and actually see what was challenged.
Why is it that 1,400 were rejected?
Every single signature was individually scrutinized against the database.
John, they couldn't all be out of district. What were the other reasons why these signatures were rejected?
Well, you've never actually challenged a petition. You probably don't even sign petitions, so you wouldn't know. That's why you have to ask a subject matter expert like politician John.
They pay college students to collect signatures. I know exactly what we do.
All right, well then great. I'm happy you know. So happy you know. That's right. You've probably done it yourself, so you can get yourself a Subway sandwich in an afternoon.
Relax.
I'm very relaxed. This conversation is already a redundancy, and unfortunately, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm moving myself to the audience. I'm sick of this conversation with you. Have a great day.
What the hell is your problem? What the fuck is his problem? He has 1,600 signatures. 266 were valid. And then he claims the remaining 1,300 or 1,400 signatures were out of district, which I find that very difficult to believe. What kind of a blunder would you make that you're having people sign signatures for your congressional run that aren't in your fucking district? The whole point is that they're in the district. That's just a lie. So presumably, a good deal of these are fucking just fakes, fake signatures. Not even attached to anybody. And you can get in trouble for this shit, man. It's not just a joke, and that's the whole point I'm trying to make to you. It's yucks on here, and you can have fun. But what you did was something that you crossed. You weren't using proper judgment. Crossed a line that you shouldn't have done. Being a lunatic.
This is so funny.
And you being called out on this is going to prevent you from fucking doing it in the future. So you don't have something on your record like this. You did something stupid. I want to make sure that you know that so you don't do it again. It's not just a joke, dude. What you did wasn't just a joke anymore. Like, you fucked up. And I've notarized the forms. I've even notarized congressional applications. So what they do is they pay people, homeless people, they'll go to low. Someone that has a job is obviously not going to be going around collecting signatures. So a typical petition will have like 10 or 15 signatures on it. It's not just one at a time. And they pay these people, I think it's $5 for each signature that they get. And of course, these people go in because they want the money and don't want to do the work. Signatures, they just write in there fake names and shit. You can even see it. The signature is the same handwriting on the same petition. And there's a lot of money involved in this, and that's why John was fucking around in there. That's why they actually took action against him. Because it cost them a ton of money to get these signatures. Now I'm going to have to contact the board, the Illinois Board of Elections, and get some of the publicly available information. Let me see if I can find it. See if we can find any contact information. Illinois State Board of Elections.
He's still going at it.
I'm just in here testing club deck. Whatever. Oh, is it? That's it.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, but he's just testing stuff on Club Deck.
I've never used it. I should try it.
You would have a lot better feed. Like, it would definitely work better for what you try to do.
Do you like it, Joe?
I mean, like is subjective.
Do you?
Isn't it crazy though that it's not a Clubhouse product? It's like what?
That is weird.
Y'all don't hear it. Y'all don't hear anything.
No, I just hear you. Your voice. Are you playing something? If you're playing something, I can't hear it.
Yeah, I'm playing off YouTube. I wonder how. I gotta figure out how they get the YouTube clips.
Well, how did you play it before? What was playing? Oh, that was just on the soundboard.
But yeah, they just have those already built in.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot of features. You've used Club Deck before, right?
No.
Oh, really?
Nope. I just get a new burner phone when I need one.
Oh. Gosh, I only used it like a few times for my laptop.
Let me ask AI.
What should be the room title tonight? Is Carmelo Anthony a murderer, or is he innocent of self-defense by sticking a knife in somebody's chest? Hello?
Did you get a new job, or are you still looking for a job, Ann? Damn, you'll be ready to retire by the time you start working.
What'd you say?
You'll be ready to retire by the time you start working.
Shut up. You're telling me. You're telling me, sir.
Why don't you just come on Clubhouse and do tarot cards or psychic readings or natal charts
Come on. Do you know who you're talking to?
or prayer circle? I don't know. There's so many ways to make money on the internet. You just have to be, you have to have fun with it and be creative. But even Kalshi, I mean, you could do like, Kalshi analysis. I mean, you need to get people to buy you a cup of coffee and find value in what you're creating.
Yeah, people, do you know how much money people make on TikTok?
I mean, on all platforms. Like, you could be a fucking Facebook publisher. There's just people out there that are really good with aggregating content.
Yeah.
But there's so much competition. I mean, the thing is, like, if you want to get into the mortgage industry or financial services, like, fuck, like, you should have an Instagram about it at least, to show you're interested in it, because there's industry news, there's, like, state organizations, like, in Illinois, there's the Illinois State Bankers Association, and they have a periodical, so it's like, you should be creating content about your industry.
Like Jonathan Bing.
Basically, I mean, I hate that guy, but I mean, I don't hate him. I'm just saying, like, at least he's fucking creating content about, what he does. He has a license. He puts his NLMS whatever number in his bullshit, so he can actually get you a mortgage.
Yeah, he wanted me to sign up for one of his classes.
Oh God.
And then when you are, yeah, it's 10 grand. And
Oh
then
my God.
when you're done, you get like all these leads and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. It's very difficult business, but it is a business.
Yeah, for sure.
Why don't you just like look for a state, or federal job, or, I mean, how's your career search going? Are you experimenting, or are you just like specific?
No, I essentially have like gotten to the point where, I've been applying for like everything now because I'm not like too good for any job now. Like I need income.
Do you have a casino by your house?
What?
Is
like
there?
30 minutes?
Well, that's doable. Why don't you look at their website and get a dealer position, and you could deal blackjack, be a cocktail waitress, or just deal cards. I mean.
I've applied to waitress there like many times at like all three of the casinos, and I never got a call, and I have experience. Like I did part-time for like 10 years. And then,
We'll try to follow them because they post the days when they do interviews, and then they'll send you to their like casino operations school, and they'll actually like teach you how to be a dealer.
yeah, my dad he worked at Chrysler, but then he did like he got his like dealer certifications because when he was retired, he wanted to like just deal, blackjack or whatever. It's only like a 2-week course.
Well, you could also. What about the post office?
Yeah, I can try that. It's really hard to get in there, but I can try. It doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah, I interviewed with the Social Security Administration once, and as I was leaving Los Angeles to my mom's house in Colorado, they called me. They're like, "We got you the position." And I was like, I'm moving. I'm in the process. I am not coming back, but I thank you for the offer. And it was a federal position, which is like they're never, unless there's a riff, it's not going away, or you can come back. But those federal positions are like gravy because those positions just never end.
Right. My friend works for the postal service. Like she is the one that delivers mail and stuff.
Yeah, my mom did it 30 years. It's hard work. That's what I say. If you were smart, you could find a way on your cell phone and do it in your PJs at home. Well, you got to offer real value.
I just applied to go on the district, like the district of where my daughter's like school district, to see if there's any job openings, and I just applied to be a bus driver. You have to get your chauffeur's license. I'm like, anything. But yeah, the postal office, I should look into that. That's a good
What
idea.
about realtor? Do you have a realtor's office near you?
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing you could do because basically it's just admin work and showings. You don't have to know shit. It's just open this door, process this paperwork. Congrats. You just processed the transaction and here's your commission. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. You could pass that realtor's exam. It's written for children.
I know. I'm like, that exam I heard is really, really hard. And
It
I've
is
worked
not.
in the industry for so long.
It's not hard.
I heard
You
it's
will
really hard.
pass it. You will pass it. It is not that hard. Just trust me. The questions are like common sense questions. You could pass that test. But that's if you want to work in a realtor's office. You know. Love your love life and your job is like geographic proximity. So
Yeah.
look in your immediate area and look. Maybe you could. There's just so many options. But anyways, good luck. Don't retire before you start working.
I appreciate that.
Hi, and I got to restart my computer for what I just installed.
Okay.
So then I'll come back and test again. But I'll get this set up. So give me just a minute. I got it in this room.
Okay.
Good evening, Dr. Heronstone.
Heron will do.
Is it Heron or Heron?
Are we going to start playing games?
Well, I got one question for you, and only one question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Is
This is going to be good.
your title a projection?
Well, of course, we've all been high. Yeah, I'm in rehab. We're all brain damaged language
Well, there's that saying: "Those who know do not know. Uh, those who say do not know. Those who know do not say." So it's like everything is a projection. Um, all communication is projection, but if you're aware of it, that's the spice. So when people are projecting, I like to say the projection alert detection system has been activated. The projection alert detection system has been, and hopefully they see that they're projecting on you, but many times they do not.
Almost never. Can you recall one instance when it ever worked?
Yeah, I mean, I guess with myself, but not with other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it does work with you. It works great with yourself.
It's just so obvious, though. I mean, that's why Alan Watts and other books they say a sage never criticizes anyone because if a sage is going around pretending to be a sage and he starts ad hominem other people and criticizing people, well, that just won't work. You can't be a
Well,
sage.
it's not about criticizing people, but you sure as hell can criticize their behavior.
Yes and no. I mean, Ayn Rand and objective ethics would say yes, make moral pronouncements, but a sage flying in the sky isn't going to bother criticizing this or that. That's the point.
Well, who cares about a sage flying in the sky?
Well,
Fuck.
I mean, Alan Watts and D.T. Suzuki, they say enlightenment is just like ordinary life, except 2 inches off the ground. And so, well, you got these retards that say they're doing yogic flying. And maybe they're right. Maybe they really are.
Well, the thing is, see, I just don't understand why you spend so much of your energy and intellectual stuff on issues like this. Who cares? Why
It's not issues like this. It all has to do with your room title because what you're doing is it seems to me like you're unaware of what you're even doing.
Is that what it seems like to you?
Yeah, it seems to me like you're projecting that your own brain is fucked up onto other people, and you're unaware of that. Is that projection about your projection or my projection?
I'm sorry, I missed that. Say it again.
Is that my projection about your projection or my projection about my projection?
I don't really care. You figure that out.
Well, it's not up to me to figure out. It's up to the viewers, the listeners, because I'm gonna jump in a.
Listeners here. It's just you and me and a robot.
What are you talking about? You're live on 30 different YouTubes. 300 people are watching this conversation right now, all across the world. We got little.
Because you're on that right now. That's it. So you brought me into your thing. So now a bunch of people are listening to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's one huge network.
And so you're saying there are other people on here live right now listening to this?
On multiple platforms, on multiple
how many
accounts.
People would you imagine are actually listening?
Wait, let me total it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0? How many zeros till you get past the 0? Oh, we got a 1. We got one.
Listen. You and I are here. That's enough.
This is a joke, meaning that this app. I think this app will shut down, personally, because
of course it'll shut down. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, exactly. But I went to the town hall, and they had a town hall here 2 days ago, and the people running this app are just so clueless.
Listen, I don't want to even hear about it. I know that. I've been here for, 5, 6 years, whatever. I've been around since the beginning. I don't want to hear about how lame they are. I know they are. I'm disconnected from that bullshit. I come here and start my room, and that's my interaction.
Well, what's great is it really won't matter if the app shuts down because there's just other replacements out there for what you're
Well,
doing.
I haven't found a better one yet, but
You're not using X spaces?
Um, I've heard about it, and I've gone there, and I haven't seen exactly. This satisfies me for now. No, if I have to, that's certainly one place I'll check out.
What other thing I wanted to tell you was Amazon. I bought a memory foam meditation cushion, which is ergonomic, a memory foam. So it supports your legs and your sacral and all that. It supports it perfectly, ergonomically with the memory foam. So that is exciting, because the sleeping leg syndrome and the pain of sitting, now you can ergonomically sit into memory foam and offer a much better experience.
You're talking about for meditation.
Yeah.
What posture do you use? I mean, are you sitting with a full lotus or half lotus or just cross-legged or?
Just cross-legged. Just cross-legged.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why you need special stuff. That doesn't work very well.
Well, I have other meditation cushions that if I sit there, I've been getting
You don't need a cushion if you know how to sit.
I know, but it's like a ritual practice of using a specific tool to,
Listen, I'm not going to criticize. Listen, I don't even do any, real meditation anymore. I mean, where I sit and do it properly. It's been ages.
Well, I have found that the best meditation is just chanting books, like Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching or Bhagavad Gita or Dhammapada.
Yeah, the best for you. Yeah, what works for you. That's good. Yeah.
Well, what I don't think people are aware of is that, the concept of meditation is just focused attention. So when you chant a book, you have to focus your attention to do that. So it puts you in a very focused state of mind, unlike, these casual conversation state of minds. It's very unique. It's transcendental.
Your idea about meditation, that's completely different than my whole approach to meditation. And I don't know. You come here with all these statements that are so broad, and you're really talking about your own personal experience. You're not talking about the way the world is. You're talking about the way you like to do things, which is perfectly valid. But
yeah.
You put it out there like this is the way the world is.
Well, I'm just saying that I record myself doing it, so hopefully other people can also experience my joy and maybe imitate what I'm doing.
Doing what?
Reading books.
Well, yeah, good luck.
It's futile, but because I know on YouTube, have you ever seen what is it called, Audiovox or what do we call it? Anyways, there's just YouTube channels that are dedicated to recording books that are out of copyright. And LibriVox. Have you heard of LibriVox? It's a nonprofit.
Yeah. You can listen. There are plenty of recordings, and you can get recordings of just about every book probably nowadays. It's trivial. Use AI to generate it.
Yeah, that was one thing I was talking about yesterday. Is just photographing a page from a book and then doing photo to audio.
Yeah.
I haven't figured
that one out. That's all trivial these days. It's easy.
I did take a photo of a page from a book, and said, "Give me a political flyer based off of this page." That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good for all sorts of shit like that. Yeah.
Anyways, I got a hot bubble bath percolating, and
bubble bath?
Yeah, bubble bath. I was listening to Alan Watts yesterday, and God, he was saying something so remarkable and just so it seems like he's here right now, giving the analysis of the situation accurately back then. It's just remarkable. The guy was like next level intelligence. But I would, have you ever used that app Meetup? I always thought about just creating an Alan Watts meetup where you just play
Yeah,
Alan.
that'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably find some interesting people, and you'll probably attract some people if you do that.
Yep.
That would be a good thing to do.
Yeah, that's always on my to-do list because I just.
Well, so that's easy to do. Take it off your to-do list. Do it tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if I would use Meetup. I guess I would. I guess I could.
Well, if you want to have physical meetups, that's the place that's there to set that kind of shit up. That's what it's for.
I actually wouldn't do a meetup. I would organize it, but make it a virtual event where people can come to the Zoom and listen to an Alan
Oh, okay.
Watts
Well, you can do
lecture.
it that way too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a friend of mine does that. I like meetups for actual meetups, though.
The best.
But no, it works good online. Yeah.
The other meetup group idea I had was just an SEO meetup group to meet with other creatives in your city because if you can network with other web publishers and you're trying to optimize your business for keywords, networking with those webmasters to give you juice, in a reciprocal way would be beneficial for your business too.
Well, it's always good to know people who have skills that are valuable.
But I was on eBay and I type in, like Alan Watts antique book, Alan Watts recordings, Alan Watts tapes. And so I just recently bought a lecture for $60, 4 tape part series. And that's kind of a cool artistic idea is to like buy old kind of antique Enlightenment material like that. It's not really antique, but then just republishing it using AI, creating a new image of the book, of the tapes, and then republishing it. It's a lot of fun and.
Yeah, and it's good if you can get it out. If you find people to buy it and put it in their hands so they can read it or listen to it or whatever. Yeah, that would be great.
Well, I'm not trying to sell it because I don't think I would have that right. It's probably underneath the copyright of his son, but.
Well, Alan Watts stuff is, sure. Yeah. So then what can you do with it?
It's just for social media, what do they call that? Self-promotion.
Okay, well, whatever.
It's like clout chasing, basically. You're trying to get likes and subscribers by republishing content. But anyways, it's all off of tapes. Like I'm going on eBay and I'm buying tape collections, like actual cassette tapes of classical music, classic rock, jazz, and then.
And then you're doing what with these things? You're actually going out and buying this stuff?
Yeah, I'm buying it.
In your garage or something?
No, just storing it in my house.
What do you intend to do with it?
To clone it, to rebrand it, to republish it.
But electronically, you're not going to actually sell the cassette. You're
Correct.
Turn that's into MP3s or something, right?
Yeah, YouTube videos.
Well, okay, okay. These are video cassettes, you mean, or what?
Audio cassette tapes.
Okay, yeah. So they're MP3s or whatever you want to make out of them. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the publishing business to try to make money, hopefully within the, terms of service and guidelines and not violate copyright law. Because YouTube lets you publish stuff up to 15 seconds or up to 1 minute of copyrighted material. You have 59 seconds. Good. So you can monetize copyrighted material, but only up to 59 seconds.
Really? Okay, so 1 minute you can use anything as long. What if you have like different? Is that just for one clip? But what if you had 10 1-minute segments and they were published?
Yeah, it works. Anything over 60 seconds is a violation, and they automatically delete
it. If you have multiple things under 60 seconds, you can do that.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good news. That's a challenge. What can you do with 1 minute of copyrighted material?
It's not a challenge because the average attention span is 0.03 seconds.
Well, nobody gives a shit about the average attention span. They're not worth talking to. Fuck them.
No, it's not about talking to them. It's about It's really called. I have a book on film and picture theory, and so I've published over 100,000 videos on YouTube. And so the game is, how do I create content that the algorithm and thus users are hypnotized by and don't click away. And then the algorithm keeps showing it more and more because it's looking at the data and saying, okay, this is engaging content. So really, it's just the theory of how to create engagement.
Well, I'm more interested in how to wake people up.
But it's the same.
That's helpful. That's for sure. It's just that most people don't have enough attention that it's worth getting it.
Well, like Jordan Gruber on here, he owns enlightenment.com. There's nothing on that website. And why waste it? Like read the Dhammapada by the Buddha and just publish that. Like at least give people something.
Well, tell him that.
He's too busy talking about his lower back pain.
So write him a message.
I told him the other day, I was like, part of your problem is that you're talking too much. Going back to.
That went over real well.
Well, no, he agreed with me. I said the solution is to just read a book for 15 minutes on this stupid app and stop engaging with people. Because it's basically they're hypnotizing you, and then your emotional response system is being activated by the conversation, and it gives you more inflammation. You have to try to control your environment to control your body, and what you're listening to it actually has medical ramifications in your biological central nervous system. So, you are your own worst enemy if you are suffering with pain. But coming here and engaging in vigorous political debate with people that, you don't like talking about this shit. You like talking more about what's interesting or what's enlightening or anything to do with maybe those types of topics, so to speak, linguistics, language, communication. But this app is ideologically polarized, and it causes people, in my opinion, to be neurotic, psychotic.
They wouldn't subject themselves to this bullshit here if they weren't neurotic to begin with.
Yeah, but I think it just amplifies.
A normal person would get in most of these rooms, and in 5 seconds they'd realize it's a madhouse, and they'd leave.
I will.
Staying in one of those rooms is either staying because they want to study the people there, or they're just as crazy as another asshole.
So I'm wondering, what businesses have you found to be rewarding and not taxing on, activity?
Shit about business. Yeah. Transformation of the planet here. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in participating in the transformation of this planet.
Well, you might not call it business, right? It's still a little. I had this one book called Encounters of Chanting. talking about the guru being the highest form of enlightenment, and how the guru, you know, abolishes and vanishes this God and that, this and that, but it's trying to emphasize what a guru is. So I look at it as like a business in a way, because Ram Dass and Alan Watts and Eckhart Tolle and even Oprah and so many other people, they're really espousing self-help um, and personal development material, which is all interesting and highly valuable. And in fact, it's far more valuable than 99% of the bullshit that people encounter in the media content space. So when you say it's not business, and I say, well, it is a business because it's a publishing industry dedicated to waking people up. But the question is, how do you go about, how do you get people to pay you to wake them up? It's marketing, you know?
Well, that's also, I think, the world is changing too. People are, not any other time in history, people are ready to it's time is now. And you're still not quite ready. Time for change.
Sorry about that.
Writing process like?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he said last time they were on a panel, and this was an actual conversation.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him when he came in here before. I wasn't here. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
So they had, much like Dahida, when he did his famous speech at the Johns Hopkins conference in, I believe it was 73 or 76, in signature event context, very important. I said, they, much like Dahida, they published proceedings from the conference.
That's wonderful.
That was wonderful.
I have a question from like the analogy of the book. If someone has a great quality of taste but can only afford McDonald's, what do you do then?
Oh, that's a good question, Miss Lisa.
Pray at the bullshit.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure.
Book club.
I don't
Exactly.
but I would
I mean,
say,
first lady.
My favorite
I
is
would
the
say
recitation before
if you
eating.
can't
Oh,
afford
me
the
too.
meal,
Me too. It's
do it.
so
You might have to
beautiful.
watch,
Let me look it up.
but you're gonna have to work a
Forget
little
what it
bit
is.
harder.
When
You
I was
gotta
in
do a
Tibet,
little bit more work.
they would take
It's
about a
money.
couple
I
of
mean,
hours.
yeah. You got the appetite for it, then work for it.
I think that's part of it. I mean, I think that's a good answer. I certainly agree. I think another thing is this is what like budding chefs do. If you know a kid who wants to be a chef, they'll take the ingredients they have and they'll do, watch this analogy, like Chopped. Y'all know the show Chopped on Food Network? Skittles, egg yolks, poppets, and so make an entree. So you take what you have and you make do. Take the French fries, open it up, take out the potatoes. Take out the potato. Guess what you have there? You have potatoes there for you to make your Gruyere mash. Now you couldn't afford Gruyere mash or the potatoes, but you could afford a little bit of Gruyere, right? You got the potatoes. You can take your beef, right? Get some butter, little mustard on there, piece of bacon, put it in the bread, bacon, beef Wellington. It's called improvisation, innovation, renovation. It's called the Black experience in America. What have Black people done other than making brilliant things they weren't allowed to have or couldn't afford? I'm dead ass serious. So that's what you do. And that's what many people do with their partners. Look at Rhombus's wife. I'm sure she didn't want to have a 50-year-old man who didn't clean up after himself. But she found a way to make do. I'm sure she didn't want to have a 50-year-old man who has a dog with children, but he doesn't take care of the dog. But she found a way to make do. I'm sure she didn't want to have a man who sits out in the garage with the car running. But she found a way to make do. I'm sure she didn't want to have a man who's 50 years old who charges their neighbors so they have to see while getting mail and at dinner parties, etc., charging the neighbors for shoveling. But she made do. So when she showed up at the McDonald's, she wanted something from the circ. But all she got was an Arch Deluxe and a Diet Coke. So she made do.
Do you guys feel like the author gives men advice in regards to them dating as opposed of like informing women to have standards.
Like, is the advice towards the men dating women, or is it the advice towards the women?
So like, you know, like with the women, it's like obviously if you don't want a happy meal, just have standards of where you would like to eat and what you want and what your needs are. But when it comes to the men dating these women, is there much advice around how they approach the dating scene?
I feel like this is question. Oh my god. I feel like this is there's certain parts where I feel like he's talking to the woman, but then no, I take it back. I think this is totally for the woman. This is the woman's guide. Or the now that I think about it.
But they're pieces. They're pieces because when they were discussing about the tangibles that the guy has, and if he doesn't have tangibles, then what he can gain on the market. So I do feel like it does, but not as much as the woman. So I will say that. So although it's geared towards women, there is a little bit.
I would say, I would imagine that, I mean, I'm not a man, but I imagine that a man would be able to glean a lot from this book about dating because it's also pinpointing the type of woman that he's dealing with. So if he knows that this woman is not setting any standards, he gonna be doing what he call the flop. He gonna be doing that flop. The Salisbury flop. Yeah, he gonna be doing that flop. But if he sets the bar high, he understands that he is dealing with someone who is serious and is taking their engagement and the dating serious, and that will give him a sense of the type of woman he's choosing.
But then wouldn't that be contradicting in the sense of a man could have the quality but not have the finances to match at that point? But then as a woman, the book informing you to have standards, you could overlook someone's quality because they just don't have the money to give you.
But what does the money have to do with it? That was only one part. The money is not the central part. And in fact, he started off by saying, and correct me, Johnny, if I'm misreading this or mislistening to you, but I thought there was one part where he talks about, um, someone may be in need, and said that the man's finances may not be at the place. Like I'm not sure. I'm not understanding why we're focused on the.
But what about the menu though? Because the menu highlights finances in terms of its analogy.
Not all the way. That was one part of it. That wasn't the central part. Am I misunderstanding? I thought that the analogy, even of the restaurants, McDonald's and Ruth's Chris, was not to say about necessarily the money part, but the quality of the meal. You're not gonna get a filet mignon, medium rare, from McDonald's. I thought that's what it was about. I didn't think it was just about the money. I'm just that I'm not centered on the money, but maybe other people were.
I'm listening because I wasn't here. I wasn't listening at the very start, so I've come into it during the menu and the interplay.
Can we go back to that part, Johnny, if you don't mind?
To the finances, you want me to read that again?
Yes, because was that a short part?
No, it's only like a page and a half. Yeah, I can read it. Y'all ready?
Yes, thank you so much.
No problem. Jamal says, finances are always a funny thing. Finances could come first for some people. You place finances
Jamal the AI.
individual feel it's most important.
Have you used the black
If a
AI
person
Jamal?
is in a need situation, then the last thing they may be
talking about is the finances. The more stable a male or female is, the more valuable they become in the dating scene. It then transfers from a need to a want. Many daters may be happy that the person has his or her own place, which could actually be the benchmark for some people. From a want may not give a damn about the finances, whereas the guy who is in need, the finances are going to be according to where he is at where he is at in his own life. He may feel like if he has his own car or place, he deems himself as doing something. But will she? If they are in a need
What is this
category,
shit?
then
Time
yes,
to take a
the
bath.
finances may start as number one on the list. It depends on the man or woman you're dealing with and where they are at. Finances are important, such as asking, does the person even have a 401k plan? Those things begin to matter as you get higher up the scale and the type of man or woman you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a man that wants that co-partner or someone on his same level, then those guys may still consider finances low on the menu. If you have a guy who can provide for himself and you as the woman have a small job to just contribute, then he really is not going to trip about that. Sometimes when the man has money, there are women who feel like a job is not necessary for them because he is bringing in the money. She feels like her only job is to give him a blowjob. If the man is able to handle the finances, then that's just what it is. So in case such as this, finances just become less of an issue. That rich guy really wouldn't care about whether or not that chick has a PhD or making 70 grand a year. He has loot. Now, the average man will be the one that wants someone on his level. But even the average guy will decide that the pussy is more important to him. If you make him chase the pussy, then he wants you. If he wants you and he is an engineer, then ladies, financial situation really doesn't matter as much. That's it.
So what I gathered is financial stability in a relationship is transactional. Am I wrong in understanding that?
It might say that. I don't know. This is the hardest for me to get because I'm not a woman. And notwithstanding my food stamps and being unemployed and a slave, I don't really think about it for various reasons. But I think I disagree. Was that Jamal or Asia at the end? Janice, who were you reading at the end, Jamal or Asia?
About the finances?
About the rich guy.
Yeah, that was Jamal.
Yeah, so this I think this is wrong actually.
So
I actually think this is
not to be political, right? Or actually fuck it. So in the current times that we live in, statistics have highlighted that when we look at predominantly black women tend to be the breadwinners in their household. So if a man isn't earning as much, and like in the book it said that, whether she had her accolades or a PhD, it doesn't matter if the guy had money. But if the guy didn't have money and she had money, would he be offering dick on a plate every night and eating pussy?
okay, two things. One, I'm slightly uncomfortable with you saying dick and pussy in that accent. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It makes me very uncomfortable, and I'm gonna ask you to refrain from using those words in that accent.
Don't worry, man. I'm about to be in the middle of a sesh right now.
I literally just threw my phone across the room.
This is insane. Lisa and Ben and this thread is crazy. This is insane.
Make my day. Oh my God. Hold on.
Because I'm really going to think about this because even though I think she's here, Kimberly Foster used to talk about this. I think she is in here. Just I let me. I mean, it's all due respect. I know everybody on Clubhouse is rich, but nobody, no black people. There's like 10 of us that have, and I'm not one of them. Nobody has any money. There's no bread. Black lady making $75,000, $80,000, and the husband has odd jobs or has odd jobs making $30,000. There's no money. That's not money. And sometimes I feel like the money conversation is covering up something else, and I don't know what it is. I was watching clips from a show called Tonight's Conversation, and I don't know if you all know that's a group of people who go around giving dating and marriage advice, even though none of them are dating and none of them are married. And just because they look very good and can buck and jive, people go, and they're young and attractive and black, people will go and spend anywhere, as I look today, from $65 a seat to $600 a seat. And they have people come and ask questions, sort of like Clubhouse in person. Well, not Clubhouse in person. And some of the stories there suggest to me that the money thing is not the actual thing. Let me give an example. Sorry for being long-winded, but I just watched it today. There was a woman who said that, I've seen this on the show, this is just anecdotes, but this is dating, so. There was a woman who said her, and I've seen this at least 7 times, watching these clips in the past couple of weeks. Their husband pays for everything. They don't know how much the bill costs. They don't know how much the rent or mortgage costs. They don't know where the Wi-Fi. They don't know anything. And it's not enough. It's not enough. One lady said her husband pays for everything and she makes more money than he does. And it's not enough. And so sometimes I feel like the conversations around finance is a pretext or a screen for something else. And I have ideas about what it is. I can go there. But that's why I want to say why I disagree with Jamal. Not Jamal here, but Jamal in the book. Wealthy men, unless they're psychopaths like Elon Musk, they're not looking for a woman to match them financially. And I think a lot of times sociologically when people think class, they think finance. That's not what class is. It's about a set of shared beliefs, creeds, sentiments, etc. So you may be worth, I know somebody that's very, very, very rich. You know who his wife is? She was a concert pianist. She didn't make no money playing piano. She made no money playing piano. He wasn't going to find a woman. The odds of him finding anybody as rich as he ended up being was 0%. But he cared that she was a concert pianist. That has all kinds of meanings, culturally, socially, educationally. And I actually think that's where I disagree with the author. They want educated women, smart women. That's not the thing about men not caring, like high-achieving men not caring about the woman they marry. It's not true. It's just not true. That was what I was saying. It's not true. Anyway, you guys can hear that.
So, but if financial stability is transactional, would it still be the same for a woman that is a high earner then?
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
Meaning that like
financial stability is transactional.
he was talking. I could be wrong in how I'm paraphrasing. I'll put that out there, but it was something about if he was earning a lot, then her only thing would be to give a blowjob, right? That's what was stated. So if she was the one that was earning and had the financial stability for both of them, would he be the one that's eating in the
humanity. Oh, I think I kind of know what you mean. Probably so, but that's why I disagree with the author. I don't think that if the man has the financial wherewithal, her only job is the blowjob. I think maybe when they're young, and that's probably true for like athletes, but that's still very small. That's a kind of selection bias. You know, that's a very small subset. But I think, quote unquote, what did Kevin Samuels of high value men? I think Kevin Samuels, using him as an example, I know Cheeky's going to call him else, will call him misogynist or something. I think he was totally wrong. He was totally wrong. One of the first crashes I had on this app, that lady, they called Miss Nicole and her crew before they broke up, were trying to tell people about what high value blacks did. And they were like, oh, high value blacks go to the cigar bar or they hang out at this on. So I was like, no, they don't. They don't hang out at the high value blacks don't hang out at no fucking cigar bar. Are you insane? Then I started mentioning places on the Outer Banks. I mentioned places in the Hamptons. I mentioned places that she hadn't heard of any of them. And so I think when people project, especially blacks, when they project, I say, what schools did they go to? What organizations did they go to? She had no idea. It's because they project on, because their idea of a rich person or a high value person is like an athlete or an actor. Those guys are birds. They're dumb, respectfully. Not all of them, but they're generally dumb birds. They want ass. They want racially ambiguous, fat but not too fat, ass, titty, thighs. Some we're finding out want big balls and vagina. After all that, some do want that. That's a different discussion, right? So that's why I think it's wrong, because it's not just the blowjob. Imagine being a 50-year-old, imagine being a 43-year-old man, and you want a woman to raise your children, and all she can do is give sloppy top. We know that's not the case, because where do most high-value men and black and otherwise meet their spouses? In graduate school, in college, in residency. One of my brothers met his wife. They got several kids now. Met her in residency. So they're fucking her in the weight room. They got ding, 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 ding. They got married a year and a half later. They were smashing on breaks in between rounds. Can I get another round? You thought they were singing about round in the hospital. He was rounding off in the motherfucking break room. They got kids. So that's the people just don't understand. And no one will guess what he do. He's a well-respected surgeon, and she's an anesthesiologist, and they make millions of dollars, and the kids are this, and they're what. He was cracking it from here to kingdom come. Took another round, just like Fat Joe and Breezy said. So that's where I disagree with the author on this. I like the book, but I disagree with the author. It's not just give me the blowjob. And that's why the whole transactional thing, and I'm talking a lot, then I'll end here. I also will say that I think working class women want respect and calm from the chaos of the world. If the man makes a little bit less, if the man makes a little bit more, I think it's true for working class Negroes as well. I think all this discourse around finances and we can get Kay Dusty in here. Well, actually, the man makes $53,000 a year and the woman makes $51,000 a year, so he actually makes more. So he's different. I think all that is online stuff for the birds. I've talked way too much. I'm now at this point avoiding the work I'm trying to do, which is not an expert work. It's a slave work.
Do we feel like the author had a target audience in mind when writing it?
Yeah, niggas. But actually, let me refine that. But of a certain age, though, I don't think it's for 23, 24. I think it's for early 30s through 50. I think that's the main demographic.
Like older single men that are online dating still.
Yeah.
Or maybe for the first time.
Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think.
Anybody else from book club that has questions?
missed most of the reading, Auntie. You didn't ping me, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
it didn't sound like this had anything on chapter.
I mean, you know,
But I
we
missed the
read the
math,
4
so
categories. You did miss the math. We did do the categories, but I think what was one of the most appealing parts of tonight's reading was his analogy in the love menu section. We got to the love menu section, and he good examples of how women should value themselves and compare it to the different types of restaurants and whether you're an appetizer, an entree, a dessert. So I can really appreciate that. I'm sorry you missed it.
Ironically enough, I think my favorite section was the love score part. Even though, the silly moment of it being 40, I do think that having the categories that you value, being able to rate how you value them and evaluate how you value them, and then in looking at a potential partner, especially for a long-term partnership, being able to evaluate where they sit with that and see if there's alignment there. I think that is very important. So that was a very nice section.
Like halfway into it, I wondered if the author ended up finding love.
Well, I mean, your mom been married, so yes.
Before the book or after the book?
Before, for sure. I don't know his relationship status currently, but I'm assuming he talks to the lady.
Was the marriage before the book? Did the marriage inspire the book, or did divorce inspire the book?
That's a good question. Do you know?
And I believe come off mute. I love the discussion is that man, you don't know how I've never had this experience with the book. It was published 2018, and I've never had a group read the book like this. And it is very insightful in a lot of ways on how the ladies have taken it. It is for women. It's for black women. And Dan, you have been right on point with a lot of things that you've said. To think that the love number for me, the personal grading system, and that's why I was saying that you really have to be honest with yourself, because you really have assessing self first. So you know if you're just a 25, and then because of me being 40, the 40 really doesn't matter, because if you're a 25 or a 30 or whatever you are, you're not going to be all 10s, or you're not being honest with yourself. But whatever your number works out to be, you want to find somebody that goes out to about that number. We're not all 40s across the board. I think I was like a 25 or 27. I don't know. It wasn't 10 straight across the board. And then when you evaluate yourself, then it's a fun time for you, or you can do it secretly. Evaluate your partner, because your potential partner you want them to be kind of equal. That's where you're getting to the equal yoke part of it, because you're using the actual formula to figure out if you're equally yoked. Somebody said something about spirituality. The spirituality, there again, is all based on you. And then when you give it to your potential partner, see where they rank and the importance of it for themselves. And then you start to line it up that way. That works. I've ever heard a group assess it, and it really makes me feel really good. I'm so happy that you all are enjoying it the way that you are, because
we've been doing it for about a week or so. It's nice. I've enjoyed it. Um, Spinoza put a thing in the chat. It'd be interesting if you, Miss Asia, is she still living, Miss Asia?
She is living. I was thinking about calling her. Yes.
It'd be interesting.
Asia's married. I think she might be married now.
Oh, she got married. Oh, that'd be nice. It'd be interesting if you guys updated it because post pandemic, post manosphere, a lot of it feels ancient. But because it feels ancient, but watch this. Because it feels ancient, it feels new. So it'd be kind of nice.
It feels real.
Yeah, well, definitely. The manosphere stuff is so not real. But it's nice. It's in that post Steve Harvey age, pre-COVID. I just think that a lot of the day, whether it's the manosphere stuff, that tonight's conversation and everything else, I think a lot of it is anywhere from a bad cultural moment, something that has fueled people in the Negro division of the CIA in life. Because I swear, because when I watched this tonight's conversation, I watched one tonight where a woman got up and said she was a young woman, and she was maybe 20. I said married. Oh my God, it was like 1995. I was back in Baltimore. She had gotten married, and she had brain cancer, and she was now 24, so she was married younger. She had brain cancer, and her husband was also a young man. These were all Negroes. He was there every day. He took care of her. He nursed her through the convalescence. He wiped her ass every day. He wiped her ass and did all the things that they say black men will not do. Only a white man who reads Toni Morrison would do. He did all the things. Her question was, when was he going to plan more romantic dates so she could feel like he thought she was valuable? I picked my computer up, I threw it out the window, and then I took my gun and shot myself. There's no way you can tell me that that is not a government agent that is putting that in the atmosphere. You don't think that you're valued because he doesn't plan spontaneous beach dates, but you wiped your funky ass while you were going? Like, what are we doing here? She didn't work, or he paid all the. So all this is to say, it'd be interesting if you updated this to the moment.
But
I think that.
Sorry, illness just causes insecurities in people, though, like their ill health and them being weaker and they're independent. Not that I'm saying that he's right on everything in him not planning spontaneous dates, but maybe she lost her sense of self, her individuality outside of her illness.
Look, I'm going to just say this. I want to say this. The mindset of the book in 2018, I think the times have actually caught up with where the mindset was, and the feeling of it being a little bit old is actually good because it does validate it. This is not AI generated. This is not something that someone just created from AI. This was created from 8, maybe 10 hours of interviews that were live recorded interviews that were given to me. And after we did the interviews, then we just transcribed it into the book. And so, like I said, I think that it's something for black women, and I think that black women can get a lot out of it. And I hear black women discussing it and getting something out of it because it was for them. If you look at that book cover, the book cover says a lot too, and I had that put together the way that I did because I saw that in my mind. Whereas you see the educated business black woman with the briefcase, and you see the hood dude with the condoms and the Tim boots and the wife beater. And so, yes, and so if you look at the cover of the book, that's, I'm saying a lot with that cover. I'm telling you, this was for professional black women, and it was written with black women in mind. And so to see you guys really kind of feel what I was putting out there, it just really makes me feel good. And I just thank you guys. I'm so humbled by it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Was the book inspired prior to you being married or post divorcee?
I was divorced. This book came to me. I like I said, my experience is I've been a millionaire. I've lost money, and because I taken a
marital status, Jamal.
Can I have the right to explain where all this came from?
Yeah, we're talking to the author, Brooklyn, not Jamal.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Brooklyn, and I love you. But the reason why I wrote the book, I homeless, and I had just lost my business, and I was sleeping in my, and I started to get on the internet, and I said to myself, I said, I gotta find a woman because I'm in a tight spot. So I was in that need. I was the dude in that need position that I talk about in the book. And so as I started to talk to women online, I started to come to my mind. I was like, man, I gotta write a book. These women don't. And then I just had a list of things that I've seen a lot of women responding in a real negative way with online. And so when I met Asia, me and her, she was talking about stuff that she was having problems with because she was making, Asia's a PhD, so she was making a lot of money, and she didn't have nobody that she could go out of the country with, nobody she could travel. She had her own list of things that she wasn't happy with the dating. And I said, we should write a book. And so that came from that. So I was single when I wrote this book, and I was homeless when I wrote this book. I was divorced. I've had 2 wives, and I was divorced. This didn't come from a result of being divorced. This came from a result of me losing a lot of money, and I was in a desperate place in my life, and I was blessed with the idea to do this. And when it came to me, it just came to me, and 9 months later, after I met her, we were finished with this book, and we worked and we worked and we got it done, and it was just something that I just manifested into my life. And so once I manifested it, I've got other stuff working as far as this book is concerned, and that's why I can't share it all with you right now. But the truck driving, all that is based around this book. I've been driving this truck for 2 years. I haven't been home, and my house is still where it's at. My car, I haven't even driven my car or nothing. I'm just it's all there, and I'm just paying my bills and stacking my money and working on what I'm doing next with this book. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys, but I'm not there yet. It's about 12 weeks, and I'll be done, and I'll reveal the next piece to the book, and it's all based around black women. And so, it's just a really exciting experience, but it had nothing to do with me being married at all.
Would you say it's a sorry, your mama, go for it, because I know
No,
you've been
it's okay. Go ahead.
No, I'll go after you. was going to say, would sorry, I'm stuttering. It seems like a paradox, right? Because the book is very inspirational in encouraging women to have standards, but when, you know, men are not in a place and having it all, where where does that leave them in the dating world?
Well, the woman, I think a lot of women don't understand that they are the actual barometer for the way men act. And that's why I think the book was so important, because it's important for when you set your value, and that's where you keep seeing that trend all throughout the book about value, understanding your value, value in your vagina, value in your pussy. This is all throughout the book. And the reason why it's like that is because women can make men do right. Because a man is like driven off of, that men are driven off of this vagina, this pussy. They're driven off of it. And now you get guys in here to lie. They might say, "Oh no, I'm a player." You hear them in here on Clubhouse all the time. But the truth is, when you start to place a higher value on the vagina, men will act right. You can force them to act right. But the problem right now in this day and age is women have basically taken the bar, and you don't even have to Salisbury flop anymore. Like in the book, you're not meant to jump at all. There's no jump. It's just laid out. You know what I mean? And so that value, if you place,
I don't know what
I'm sorry.
I don't understand what that means.
Can you explain the lay down part, please?
Yeah, they just lay down.
When I say lay down, I'm just saying there's no obstacle there. If you ever seen the Olympics,
are you saying the men are easy or the women easy? Which one?
The women are easy.
Oh, okay.
And there's no obstacle there. If you don't put an obstacle, like think about in the Olympics, you see how they do the high jump, and they run and they jump as high as they can without touching the bar and try to get onto the other side, right? And that should be the effort that a man gets to be able to get to you. You follow me? And if you don't make that man jump, you don't make them work for it. You're just a happy meal. You feel me?
What do you mean
Now
by
there are
happy
some.
meal? Like,
Well, you didn't hear the. I love you, Jim. Well, you didn't hear the reading of the love menu. They understand what I'm saying, but you didn't hear it in the book. But it's talking about the love menu, and so it's really cheap. It's real easy. You can you might just be a entree. I mean, not an entree, but a appetizer. You follow me? And so you want to see yourself on the menu as a full course meal, right? That's where you ideally want it. And you just don't get a full course meal for McDonald's. You follow me?
But don't people have 3 full course meals or multiple full course meals a day?
I mean, that's not where this analogy is. You didn't hear it. So I don't.
Okay, yeah, I'm late to class. You're right, bro.
You're late because you're kind of not on it. But yeah, that's the point of what I'm saying to the women is that there is a value inherent, and when you move like men shape the hell up, and they shape up fast because think about the 20s. Men was wearing suits, 3-piece suits. Why do you think men were dressed like that? And why do you think they had those Daffy Duck shoes and those 3-piece suits that they would wear every day with a top hat? They weren't doing that because they wanted to look like that. That was what the women required. That's what your great-great-grandmother required. He had to be clean. He had to be sharp. His shoes had to be shined. He had to come at a woman at a certain level to even get anywhere. She held up a standard. It was a high bar. He had to do it. If he didn't do it, then he couldn't get close to it. And that's the most important thing out of this book that I keep pushing. And as you guys read it, you see it. You see what I'm saying. I know you are because you said it. I said it a couple of times.
Can I ask you a question, your mom? So
Yeah,
you're pushing the line of a woman needs to establish her value via the difficulty or the expectations that she establishes before being willing to be physical with men, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so how does that align with your thoughts that if a woman comes to party with me, she has to party, right? So that means she doesn't have much of an option.
Not today. I'm not going there with you tonight. Because this is something. Hold on. This is something that has nothing to do with. I don't want to answer it.
Oh,
Can you accept that answer?
Well, I'm trying to understand how that aligns with.
I don't want to answer it. I don't want to answer it. Wow. This is not about my clubhouse. You're not talking to Totem Pole tonight.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
separate set of virtues, separate set of morals.
That's right. Whole different.
We're talking to the author tonight, Jamal.
Right.
Oh,
you're not talking to Totem Pole.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. But anyways, the point of the book is what it is, and I think the women are getting it. I think they're getting the gist of it.
So can I just interject one thing? Can I just interject one thing to the room? Johnny, when I did my rooms and we read books, people who were not there for the reading did not get to engage in the Q&A.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's true. That should be right. Because you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you don't know what we're talking about.
But see, let me explain where that doesn't apply. That's a valid attempt. I get
it wasn't just you.
It
wasn't just you.
It wasn't just me. I get it.
You're not the only one. There's a few of them that haven't. You didn't hear the book. You didn't hear the reading.
Jamal.
You didn't hear the reading.
Jamal.
You've been drinking.
Please remember, sir, we heard a great portion of the book in the woods, so I am familiar with the book. You forgot.
I don't know what you heard in the woods.
So I am familiar with the book.
I wasn't present. I don't think I was present.
We heard the love menu. We heard about the bro. When did you guys
read it? I know.
You were there. Ask me. You were there.
I don't think I was out of my mind. I was never there. I never heard who was reading it.
I forget who was reading. I think Penny.
Okay, so even if it was there, the angle and lens that we are evaluating and processing this book is probably different from what y'all did in the wood.
We were having a very good conversation. I really hate this. I'm sorry. I really hate it. Jamal, I don't really know you like that. I don't really engage, but it takes a lot to. I write all the time. And the fact that you were able to do this, no matter what the content and people think the content is, and they can disagree with the content, I am really impressed that you were able to do this.
Thank you.
And I hope that when you do the second part of it, that you actually think about the whole process, not just the writing of the book and publishing it, but you think about how to really get it in front of the right people and have these conversations with people who are actually reading the book in the wild.
Right. Well, I really appreciate you saying that, and I appreciate all of you ladies tonight, and the listeners too that have listened to us. It means a lot to me. And this is not just me from a house perspective speaking to you, but this is me from I have a persona on Clubhouse, and Gemini knows me from my persona, and a lot of you know me from my persona, but who I am as a real person, That's in this book, and I'm really a serious businessman too. And like I said, I've suffered my losses, and as you know me, you're seeing me, you're witnessing me rebuild uh, myself, and I have that within myself, that moxie, and I'm able to do that, and so you guys are pleasure of knowing me from different angles and seeing me from different angles. This is really me, and that is, the Jamal in that book is really who I am, and I did this for black women, and because I love black women, and because I love black love, and I want black people to uh, to be at their best, and that's really what it's all about. And so yeah, any questions that you have on anything that you read, I'm willing to answer if you have a question. And I really appreciate you, and I just thank you. I'm so humbled. You don't know how humble. First Lady,
Yes, sir.
Patty,
I'm here.
Janice, I love you. Wow, you have made this sound like gold. And I just want to thank you so much, Janice, because you have read this thing and made it sound so beautiful in the way that you read it. And First Lady, and they told me that you came up with the idea to do it, and I just want to say thank you to Ban Ambassador. Ambassador, you have been pushing this book more than anybody on the app, and I just want to thank you. You've actually bought the book for one of your girlfriends, I think, Ambassador, and I appreciate you. We've had conversations, quiet ones, and I just appreciate the ones
Real
who
quick,
have supported me. I
I hate
appreciate
to
it.
cut you off, but I gotta run.
I'm good.
First, let me know what time you want to do it. I know tomorrow's game night, and I got something to go to as well. But maybe Saturday or Sunday we do another pages. Just let me know.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
well, good night.
Okay, you going. Okay. All right. Good night.
Well, yeah, this has been very real, and I love you guys. I really appreciate you. I can't wait to introduce y'all to what my next level that I take this to, because it's going to be really big. And so, I've invested money for 2 years into what I'm doing, and I'm weeks away from being done with it and bringing everything to the public, and it's all built around the book. And so, this book has meant a lot to me. Like I said, I started to do this when I was homeless in my car, and I was really broken, but I was blessed because I got an idea, and not I get an idea, I acted on it, and I brought it to life and manifested it, and I'm doing the same thing as we speak now. And so I just thank you. I really thank you so much. I really do. Thank you guys.
I guess I can save my question for later this week. I mean, or weekend, Saturday or Sunday. But I just wanted to go back to a couple chapters in regards to this virtuous woman who kept her cell phone so nice and clean and waited. How did you end up letting it go? But think about it. Don't answer it tonight. Yeah, that one.
Wow. Oh man, wow. We'll save that one. But hey,
Yeah, that's what I said. Think about it.
You guys, you know what? People really took to that first chapter. I've gotten a lot of really positive responses from this on some other interviews, and people have said different things about it, and I really am so glad that it resonates with you, like, and it all makes sense too. You know what I mean? And ladies, you do need to put face protector plates on it. Put a protector plate on. Don't just be a community phone. If you know, you know. I laugh. Right? Just yeah, just.
First lady, is the book club over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and this follows up, but it comes up with a bit. So, you know, it's 8:45 my time. So, really think something is afoot with this dating stuff because I watch these videos and I see Manosphere and I see the Blackistan people. What are those people called? The divestors. Something, it feels coordinated somewhere. And I can't believe a person said she didn't feel pre-valued because her husband didn't do spontaneous dates when he nursed her back from brain cancer and wiped her shitty ass constantly. I can't believe that it's not coordinated. When somebody makes more money than her husband, she doesn't pay a bill. I can't believe it's not coordinated when a woman says she's wondering if her husband still loves her because her boyfriend certainly does. I watched all of this just today. People should watch that show, Tonight's Conversation. People should watch that show. I just can't believe it. Somebody at the CIA is paying for the extra tickets. I now believe that these movements are, in fact, part of some sort of coordinated effort with the weed stores, a kind of MK Ultra for the 21st century. You cannot tell me that there are black women who honestly believe that their husband doesn't care for them because all he does is take care of everything and only plans 60% of the spontaneous dates. I literally saw that. She was really concerned. She asked him, should she get a divorce? She asked them, should she get a divorce? Random niggas online who fucked 3 of the women at the show that night. Why are you asking them? Because he has a moist beard and a skull cap, and he's wearing loose pants, and he's light-skinned with thin-rimmed glasses? Why are you asking him? Nobody can tell me this stuff is not coordinated because I think what they realize, not with the welfare and the home and family thing, I think they realize that at this point, you can't use the law anymore like you used to be able to use it. You can't use lynching anymore like you used to be able to use it. You can't do any of that stuff. But what you can do is you can get the people to hate each other. There's a man here, not his name, but he's a half-breather. He hates black women for no reason. A Christian, but he blames women. How can you be a Christian and not blame the men of the community from a Christian lens? Doesn't make any sense. You have another person who is a healthcare professional and constantly citing, was it HPV-2/1, not herpes simplex, but women, that black women have higher, the highest herpes rate, but never deals with the physiology and biology of herpes transmission. What is getting in his mind? It's got to be the government. It's got to be the government first. That's what I think. When I go back and watch the old Donahues and the stuff from the 80s, they didn't talk like that. In versions of that, obviously, the rhetoric, the diction would be different. They didn't talk like that. Something's got to be off. Everybody knows that it is much harder for a man to contract herpes through intercourse than it is for a woman. Who's spreading it around if it's not men? You think you're spreading herpes around from scissoring? Huh? Come on, man. Something is going it's the government. I really do. I know this sounds conspiratorial. Have you seen that show, First Lady? Tonight's Conversation. Have you seen that show? She might not be here.
Cool.
Have you guys seen that show? Tonight's Conversation.
I have. It's with Ace Metaphor. Trip Fontaine,
Yeah.
Kitty Rose, Cheyenne Bryan is on there sometimes.
Yep. You can't tell me that it is not the men, the U.S. government, the Russian government, or some government, or government adjacent entities that boost people like Cheyenne Bryan. Now all of a sudden we're supposed to care about Cheyenne Bryan with them plump titties and peanut butter skin? Oh, sorry, that's Joy Taylor. I apologize. All of a sudden she comes out of nowhere. All of a sudden her fight with Tor from 5 years ago is trending again. You really that's a coincidence? It's just an algorithm. And I should play some of these clips. The tickets for tonight's conversation. I said it before. They range. Anybody can interrupt me this one. They range from $64 to $599. Who is paying $600 to listen to a bunch of single, attractive blacks give advice to people who've been married for 10 years? And the closest they got to marriage is when they stumbled upon a ceremony while they were trying to get to the bar at a hotel they were staying at.
It is so funny to me that Ben is mentioning this and asking this question, because I remember when my aunt asked me about that program because there were tickets and she wanted to go and asked me if I wanted to go because she found that very tall young man with the glasses attractive and so smart. And she asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, oh no. Oh no, madam. But that was before they had that big breakup where Keita was telling all their business and talking about how two of the panelists dating each other, even though one of the panelists were married, and that was something. But to your point, the clips come across my feed, and every time I listen to the clips, it's just, I don't really know how to describe it outside of I see why people like that content. It's not anything new, and I do not know who in their mind would spend $600 to sit in a cheap seat in an auditorium to listen to listener letters, shout out the read, for what? An hour, 2 hours? That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like the way it works, well, a couple things. People on the panel in the audience, let me say this. If you want to have sex and you want to be really attractive, you go there. I've never seen anybody there not attractive. Like super duper attractive. They are all very, everybody. Like it is a real meat market. I get that. But it seems to me that what happens is now, instead of the CIA or FBI implanting people and carrying on the psyops, it's like they started and get it going, and Negroes and Negresses do the work. They're like, thanks, I got it from here. That's what it feels like. This all feels very intentional. And when you watch these clips, it just don't seem like real life. You're telling me there are women out there who are basing their value on spontaneous dates, and you just had brain cancer?
Is it just that clip or like in general, like a patient and their spouse? Because it is quite common for people with chronic illnesses to have like severe depression and lost sense of identity to where it causes a strain in their relationship.
No, all the clips are crazy, even the ones that involve men. There was one where the guy had literally cheated on the girl like a bunch of times, and he was like, she was the perfect woman. She had a great career, this and that, blah blah blah, da 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 da. So then they said, well, is she here? She was like, they were like, yeah. She came up, and then somebody else came up to date her. So it's like literally all the clips. Let me find one.
So I missed a lot of that. You would love to. You would love. Were you still talking about the show, TT?
Yes. Oh, it was a guy. Another person. Oh, there was a guy who was cheating on the woman he was dating. She had a great career, made a lot of money, was faithful, and just kind of kept taking him back, taking him back, taking him back. Well, in the middle of all this, she ended up getting a date and leaving with a whole different relationship. So it's a consistent thing. Like either people complain about good relationships or have bad relationships, and then get into new relationships within the span of the show. Maybe that's the point of the tickets being so high. They going to meet people, get together. Hey, we can't go to the club. You need to tell me that our third spaces are now tonight. Tonight's conversation and not the club. Brooklyn, if you had said that our third spaces were now the strip club, I would grimace. But you know what? Sometimes they have good wings. They might have all right pasta. You know, they might have a drink special. The music hitting, depending on what market you're in, you might hear like new music as it breaks before it gets national. But tonight's conversation, imagine that $600 being your VIP. Does that get you like a drink ticket or something?
Yeah, I think.
Do you get a high touch?
I think
Where you get to meet the cast and take pictures and stuff as well?
You do. I think that's what you get with
No, you know what? It really is like a meet and greet, and sometimes they have like multiple shows a day.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Okay, I found a clip of a woman who's.
Hold on, before you go to the TT real quick, just so you guys know, Lance Bass is now doing it with them.
You mean Goss? Lance Goss? Black actor?
Lance Goss. Sorry. He's now doing it with them. Next week they'll be in Phoenix. They'll be in this weekend they're in Fort Worth, and they'll be in Austin. I'm sorry. This week they're in they're on the West Coast. Phoenix, LA, Las Vegas next week. But I wanted to say, I went to the website, watched it.